Hello, everyone, and good morning. So, we're going to be reading I Didn't Do My Homework Because today. And this book has a lot of cause and effect in it, so I want you to be on the lookout for cause and effect. Remember that cause and effect is there's something that happens and there's a reason for it. So, something that happens and then there's a reason for it. Think about the things that happen in this book and then think about the reasons that this child gives as we read, okay? So, it's called I Didn't Do My Homework, and it is by David Calley and Benjamin Chod. I don't know how to say that last name, but we're just going to guess, because when you don't know, just sound it out, boys and girls. All right. Here we go. Goodness, there's like 3 pages at the beginning that are just blank. Okay, here we go for real. So you didn't do your homework. Well, I didn't do my homework because an airplane full of monkeys landed in our yard. Do you think that really happened? I think he's telling a story. Let's keep going. And a rebellious robot destroyed our house. And then elves hit all my pencils. Elves? Are elves even real? Yeah, I guess there are elves at the North Pole. But they don't take pencils. So he's got to be lying. I was abducted by a UFO. And boys and girls, abducted means taken. So he was kidnapped by a UFO. Oh my goodness. Just when I started to do my homework again, we were attacked by Vikings. Look, there's the UFO and here's the Vikings. Vikings are kind of like pirates. Giant lizards invaded my neighborhood. Just like Miss Barton's lizard. Some cough medicine that my doctor gave me had a strange effect. I had to help my uncle build a high-tech do my homework machine, but when we finished it, it didn't actually work. He sure is making up a lot of excuses, isn't he? My dog was swallowed by another dog, and so I had to go to the vet, obviously. I was at my cat's funeral. But look, that cat is alive. They just put it in a box. That's kind of funny. Some escaped convicts from the local jail hid in my bedroom and they wouldn't come out. A convict is somebody who's been convicted of a crime. So that means that the judge said, you're guilty, and then they had to go to jail. That's what a convict is. So he's saying, some people from the jail hid in my room and they wouldn't come out. And my uncle was challenged to a duel by the neighbor. My grandpa and his band were making too much noise, so I couldn't concentrate. And we ran out of firewood, so I had to give up my workbooks to stay warm. Oh my goodness. Look, they've got a fire inside their house. That's not very safe to have a trash can fire inside your house, is it? We found a lost penguin, so we had to take him back to the North Pole. But penguins live at the South Pole, said my teacher. Well, exactly, so we realized our mistake and we had to go around and go back to the other pole. Remember when we did all that learning about penguins? Oh my goodness, we talked about them forever, and we talked about prey and predators and flippers. We talked about how they're born in eggs. Do you remember all that? I remember it. My brother and I were kidnapped by the circus. My family discovered oil in the backyard. Ooh, that'd be nice. Because oil is very expensive. So if you find it in your yard, that means you're rich. Because now you've got this expensive thing. I had to give my pencils to Robin Hood. A famous director asked to use my bedroom for a new movie. Some strange birds made a big nest on our roof. We had a problem with a carnivorous plant. And carnivorous means that it eats other things that are alive. It eats other plant or other animals, really, not plants. The roof suddenly just disappeared. The neighbors asked if we could help them look for their armadillos. I hate armadillos. There's a whole bunch of them that live in my yard, and I just hate them. My sister's rabbit chewed up all the pencils in the workbooks, and my brother had a little problem. Look, he turned into a werewolf. That can't actually happen, but isn't that kind of funny? A tornado came and swept up all my books. So, why don't you believe me? Would you believe him? I would not. If you came and told Miss Barton that a tornado swept up all your books, I don't think that I could believe that one, guys. I don't believe you because I read the same book. Look, and the teacher read this book. The teacher read this book, so she knew all his excuses. She had them. She knew. She knew exactly what was going on. So when we read this book, it was a lot about cause and effect. The reason that he couldn't do his homework was because this, that, and the other. So because he was swept up by a tornado, he couldn't do his homework. Because giant birds landed on his roof, he couldn't do his homework. And then the teacher didn't believe him because she had read the same book and knew all his lies. So when you're reading, you can look for things to help you understand the story. And this one we used cause and effect. In other ones, we can use somebody wanted but so. We can think about the characters or the setting, where it takes place, and how that affects what the characters are doing. There's lots of ways to understand a story, but this one was cause and effect. Thank you for reading with me, and I'll see y'all next time.